welcome back. I feel like I've been doing a lot of sit down videos recently, so let's make some clothes. I have a ton of these vintage patterns that I want to use, and I just collect these like at the thrift store whenever I see them. So I think I want to start with this pattern, specifically this vest. And it says I can get it done in 2 hours. So the pattern says you can get this done in 2 hours, and we're gonna test that. And I think usually when I say like 2-hour pattern, that doesn't include the cutting of the pattern and then the cutting of the fabric. So I just cut all my fabric. We're gonna start. So I'm gonna start my timer now. Okay, so I've done pretty much the main part of the vest, and now I need to add all the interfacing for like the neck, the armholes, and then the front part. And I've actually never used interfacing before, but I had some, and it's not the fusible type. It's pretty much just like a sew-in. So I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna stitch it all around the edge. We're just gonna go with it. It's not gonna be perfect. And I'll have to put fusible interfacing on my list for the next time that I go to the craft stores. This looks kind of horrible. I don't think I have any extra fabric of this plaid fabric. So if I mess up, I'm just gonna have to figure it out. But I have to go because I'm teaching a knitting class tonight. So I'm gonna have to pause my timer and then resume this tomorrow. It's the next day. I'm wearing this sweater that I was wearing yesterday before I went to my knitting class. So I'm sorry about that. But the knitting class went super well. It was so much fun. It was super chill. It was at this new brewery called Dissolver. I've been working on this vest. So I have this main part done, and then this is like the part with the facing got a little bit wonky. I really should have just went and bought fusible interfacing, but it's okay. So now I just have to attach to give it a little bit of structure, but in this step I also need to decide if I want to add a button. It was like earlier in the instructions to add the little loop for the button, but I didn't add the button because I kind of want to do like ribbon instead. So I have this gray ribbon. This is where you would put the button, like right there. But I think instead of the button, I wanted to do this little silk tie. That's what we're gonna do in this step. And then we're gonna be almost done, I think. So I'm at a point where I want to start hemming it. This is not the outfit that I would wear it with. So it's the length of a mini dress at least. Really short shorts, and I do like to wear things with tights, so I could wear some hot shorts with tights, but sometimes the hot shorts is a little too much in the back area. So if I wear the vest, it'll show the shorts in the front, but then also cover up the back. Not that the butt being out is a problem, but sometimes it feels like too much, and it's also winter. But and yeah, I think it's cute. I thought it was like really ugly at first, but now I think it's coming together. Okay, I finished, and it only took me 4 hours and 56 minutes, which isn't the 2 hours that I was expecting, but so this is how it turned out. And I'm gonna style everything at the end properly. I still have that vision of having like really short shorts underneath, but I don't own any short shorts right now. So maybe I'll make some in this video. I will say that the back is not the prettiest. Like, I don't really know what happened here. The back of my head is none of my business, so I'm cool with it. Okay, moving on to the next project. So this is gonna be a crochet project. So I made this little collar the other day. So I wanna make another one because this one I like, but I think I want a little bit more detail. So I'm gonna use this Lion brand wool. So I'll link the pattern for this one. I think I'm gonna do the same shape as this one, but add maybe a shell stitch. Really don't have that much done at all, but I just started doing some lace shell stitches. So I think I'm gonna do one more row of the lace shell. It's also extremely cold today. Not extremely cold, but like cold for where I live. And my window is frozen shut. I hate it. I'm gonna take it apart. I think I'm just gonna go with this one again, just because it's already written out. I had to put a hat on because it's freezing in here. Okay, so I just did my chain, and I always do the stretchy foundation chain now, but while I was doing the chain, I decided that I want to add some more color. So I'm just gonna add it randomly as I go, like in the middle of a row. And these are all different like textures and stuff too. Okay. I already weaved in the ends, which is pretty good for me because usually I wait till like the last possible step. I do like it, I like the colors, but I think it needs an outline color. So I'm just gonna use navy because I feel like any other color would throw it off a little bit. Okay, so I opted for this twisted single crochet stitch. I think it gives it a really nice clean edge. So I finished. I actually really like the way it turned out. I feel like the twisted single crochet gave it a lot more structure, which is super nice for a collar. And then I basically just chained and then did single crochets back into that chain for the ties. But I really like it and I'm super excited to wear it, like even with this sweater. And also I feel like it'd be really cool over like just a basic t-shirt. Just adds a little pop of color. So the next thing that I want to make is a shrug slash bolero. Personally, I really like shrugs because I get so hot in sweaters, but I really want to make something like this. Not like the pointy shoulders, but just cut off right here maybe. And then I just learned how to do cables, but it's still like very novice at it. But I think I want to do one cable going down the sleeve. But I don't know if that would look weird, like just one cable, but we're gonna try it out and see. But I've been trying to work on my drawing skills, so that's what I have. So for yarn, I have this yarn. It's the Cascade Heathers in the shade Yakima. Funny story about this yarn, I actually ordered this on eBay because it was like 6 skeins of this for like, I don't know, 25 bucks, which I think is a pretty good deal because one of them was $9.65 wherever the person bought it. But I totally thought it was a completely different color. I was trying to order like a deep charcoal gray color and clearly this is not a deep charcoal gray. Like it's green, but I didn't want to return it because I like the color of it. I definitely was going to use it anyways, but just be aware if you're buying things on eBay, make sure you double check. It had the one that I wanted in the description and everything. Either way, today we're going to use it. I'm going to start off with US 9 needles. So I'm just going to start off with the ribbing. I am going to be doing this in a raglan style, but once I get to the point where I want to stock knit, I'm going to start the cable. I've also been learning the German twisted cast on, so that's the cast on that I'm going to use today. I just finished the ribbing. I ended up starting over and doubling up the yarn instead of just doing one strand, and I feel like I like this thickness a lot better. And look at that cast on. So now I'm going to switch my needles and I'm going to start doing raglan increases, but I also need to set up the section that I'm going to be doing the cables at. So yeah, I'm basically just going to split this into sleeves and then start my cable. I have one on my little swatch ring. I actually have 2. I always hold all of my swatches on this ring. It'll be something like that. But right now I'm just gonna section off the sleeves and it's gonna take a little bit for it to grow because it is such a small neck right now. This is what I have done so far. It's not much, but I'm teaching another class tonight and I think it's a pretty small class, so I'll be able to have a little bit of downtime to work on this, hopefully. Just because once people get in the groove, then they don't need as much help. I'm still trying to like sort out the increases and the cable rows, but I think what I have so far is gonna work out. We're gonna take a quick break to thank the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes and members who come together to find inspiration and take the next step in their creative journey. And it's the platform where creative professionals go to learn everything they need to go from passion to paycheck. Something that I love about Skillshare is that they offer these learning paths, which is basically a sequence of curated classes that will help you master a specific skill. Something that I've always struggled with is procrastination, and since I manage my own creative business by myself, sometimes I end up pushing off like really big tasks, which I think is because of a lack of guidance. So I've been really enjoying a learning path by Skillshare called Creative Productivity, Kickstart and Sustain Any Project. In this series of inspiring classes, I got to practice exercises to overcome creative anxiety, spark original new ideas, and start taking efficient action on my professional projects. And my favorite class in this learning path was Creative Productivity, Build a Brief to Boost Your Passion Project by Lauren Home. It's really helped me outline all of my projects and get them ready to be launched, and she also provides these worksheets that come with the course, so you can work along with her. Skillshare offers classes on a wide variety of topics ranging from illustration, graphic design, and photography, to music, marketing, and so much more. Skillshare is such a great on-demand platform with stackable lessons so you can learn at your own pace, no matter what your skill level is. So if you want to check out Skillshare, do not wait, because the first 500 people to click the link in my description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring. Now let's get back into the video. So it's the next day. I've made some progress. Not as much progress as I thought I was gonna make, because last night I had a really small class for my knitting basics class. So usually when that happens, I can like help people one-on-one and they get it a lot faster, and then they just work on the knit stitch for most of the class. So I did have time to like sit and knit, but then I miscounted something and it was freaking me out. I was trying to fix it and like recount, and I can't do that during class. So I came home and frogged everything up until this neckline and had to restart it. So I've been working on this morning, but I really like how it's turning out. This is the first time that I've tried it on. So also, am I crazy, or does this yarn match the color of my eyes. This is how it's turning out. I actually love the cables and I cannot believe that I waited so long to learn how to do cables. So far, this is how it looks. All right, I'll update you in a little bit. Sleeve done and it looks really small, but I know once I block it it'll be fine. But I had a little bit of a panic towards the end because if you'll notice, this is how much yarn I had left. I didn't really know going into it how I was going to finish the sleeve, but I decided to do kind of like a, what's it called? Kind of like a balloon sleeve towards the end because this was cutting off like too early, and I knew if I kept going with this I would run out of yarn and then the sleeve would be super short, so that's how I decided to finish it, and it looks a lot better on, I promise. And I only have one more hank of yarn, so I knew if I used any of that for this sleeve that I wouldn't have enough to finish the next sleeve. So let me just finish the other sleeve, block it, and then I'll show you guys. Here she is blocking. It's on a picnic blanket right now, but I went to bed so late last night, you guys. It was like 3:30 by the time I had this all set up. I'm impatient, so I've just kind of been blow drying it, especially because my apartment's really cold, so it hasn't really been drying. Hopefully it'll be dry soon so I can try it on for you guys, but you'll also see it in the styling portion. Okay, next project. So I have been seeing a lot of like hot shorts or just really short shorts, which I was talking about earlier, but I've specifically been seeing it as almost like a trouser-like short. So this is gonna be more of like a thrift flip, but I bought these trousers from the thrift store the other day. So I think I'm just gonna crop these up and make them into little shorts. They do fit me a little bit weird, like they wouldn't be comfortable as pants. So I'm just gonna cut them and then kind of see how I want them to look as I go. This was such a trust the process because it was looking a little weird, but I think I cut them to a length that I want. So, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to do a blind hem. I always show this little pack of feet. I'll link it down below, but I've slowly been learning how to use all of these. So this time we're gonna use that. Okay, I might have cut them a little too short. So now I'm gonna try to use this foot and we're gonna see how it goes. I've been watching some TikToks. Before I do the blind hem, I'm just gonna hem it up and just baste this in. So when I flip it over, it's a little bit more secured, but also if the blind hem doesn't go well, then I can just leave this hem. So I'm just gonna baste this in and I'm gonna do one leg at a time just to see like how it turns out, you know? That actually went surprisingly well. It's not perfect, but the blind hem, like I understand how to do it now, but honestly, okay, go off. So I think I'm just gonna do this side and then I'll try them on. Okay, I finished and it surprisingly went a lot better than I thought it was going to. Even though I was just like hemming pants, like it's not that big of a deal, I was just worried about like the fit of the shorts. So I'm glad that I was able to upcycle them. So for the next project, we're doing another little thrift flip type of project, but we're gonna be doing some free motion embroidery, which I've talked about on the channel a few times before, but I don't think I've ever actually like done a project. So I thrifted this shirt the other day and I'm gonna do some cool free motion embroidery just on the front. So I did a few little sketches, and since free motion embroidery is basically just drawing with your sewing machine, I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I did a few test runs because I haven't done this in a while, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna jump into it. And this is a free motion embroidery foot, so I'm gonna use this. I just bought this one on Amazon. I'll link it down below too. It's not the best. I'm still new to this, but I really like it. So I think now I kind of like this setup and how it's not super even. So I don't think I'm gonna do any more, but what I do wanna do is I wanna add little details. So like the eye, I have the tear here and I want that to be blue. And then I think I'm gonna do my initials in red. A little martini glass, I'm gonna do a green olive. So that's how I'm gonna finish this up, and then I can always add to it. So let me show you all of the little drawings that I did. The eye with the tear, my initials. This one did not turn out great, but it's okay. A little star. I also still have a little bit of marker left. I need to rinse it. A little vase with some flowers, another flower. This martini glass is so cute. And another star. So that's how it turned out. I love it, but the thing is I don't really wear button-up shirts that much, so maybe that will help me kind of style this one. It was so fun to practice because I've been talking about how I want to get better at free motion embroidery, so this was a good project for that. So yeah, and I think that's the last project that I'm gonna do, so now let's move on to my favorite part, styling all of these items. Okay, let's try some of this stuff on. So I'm gonna try everything on from what took the longest to what took the shortest, so you guys can kind of get an idea on how long these projects took. So of course, we're starting off with this shrug, which took me so long. I was staying up till like 2, 3 in the morning every single night to get this shrug done, and that time is including blocking. I technically knit this in the span of 4 days, but here she is. So I'm just wearing it with like a white tank top and jeans. Probably like the easiest way that I would style a shrug. I'm gonna yap a little bit right here, but I do want to say that the way I learn things, and that applies to this shrug, is I'll learn like techniques. So for anyone wondering, I didn't follow a pattern. I followed how I do my raglans, which I have a whole video on for you guys to check out. Pretty much just the same like formula, but I added the cables. And then it was my first bigger project with cables, so yeah, I'm really proud of it. But the shape of this sweater is based on my raglan tutorial, so I'll link it above if you want to check it out. I was thinking of also doing a sleeve video if you guys want to see that, because then maybe you could put those 2 videos together. What I'm trying to say is learn the basics and then like build your techniques. So I've never done cables like this before, but since I'm comfortable with the raglan construction, then I was able to kind of like incorporate that into this project. Okay, next is this vest that I made. I got this cat suit from Aritzia because they were having a sale. It was like 50% off, so I was like, maybe I'll need that for something. But the thing with cat suits is that I feel like sometimes it's a little too revealing in some places. I thought it would be cute to wear this over it, and I was telling you guys that I was gonna style this with shorts, so I'll style it with the shorts that I made later. And this was just some thrifted fabric that I found at the scrap exchange. I just put everything on over the cat suit. But if you do have to use the bathroom, you have to literally get naked, so it's not the most convenient thing in the world. Anyways, I have this collar on, and I don't know, for some reason I was picturing it with like a graphic t-shirt. I don't know if it was necessarily like this one, but I think it's gonna be better for like springtime. But I do really like it. Like, I love the way that all the colors turn out together. And remember, I was only gonna use that one yarn, but I ended up using a bunch of different colors of yarn, so I'm really happy that I did that. And then also the edge with the navy yarn. This is more of like a winter outfit. So it's my embroidered shirt. This was a lot of fun, and I'm super glad that I did it because I want to practice this free motion embroidery more and do like full drawings on like the back of shirts. I didn't do anything on the back of this shirt. Like I said, I can always add to it. One thing I will say is I tried to iron it because I thought it was 100% cotton, and it wasn't. And it looks like a wet stain, but it's okay. Should I wear it open actually? Like I said, I don't really wear white button-ups that often, so I don't know. Does this look stupid? I feel like since it's long, I could actually wear it a mini skirt. Let's try that instead actually. No, let me know how you guys like to style white button-ups. The little martini glass is so cute. Time for the shortest project, which was the shorts. I pretty much just thrift flipped it. So those were pants that I found at the thrift store, but you could do it with any pants. And I did use a blind hem, which I've never done before, so I learned something in that project too. Anyways, here are the shorts. I feel like the next time I make these, I would want them to be a little bit less tight in the thigh. Even with just like plain black tights, I think it'd be really cute. It's like a super simple going out outfit, which I really don't have a lot of because I don't go out that often. Let me try it with the vest. So this is with the vest, and I don't know, I think it's really cute. It's kind of like a little grunge. Yay. So I think that's all for today. Let me know if you guys like these videos where I kind of make a bunch of pieces in one video. I like watching videos like this because it's just inspiration and you can kind of hear people's thought processes. So yeah, what was your favorite? I think mine was obviously this one because it took me so long. Let me know your favorite thing in the comments, and make sure you give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe so we can make clothes together. I think it's so much fun. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.